Alright, this video is how to finish off and remove your work from a Brother Coverstitch 2340 CV machine. Once you get to the end of your work, if you're going in a circle, you'll want to stitch over your beginning stitches by 3/4 of an inch, half an inch, just a little ways, to lock those stitches and cover them back up so that you don't get any thread raveling on that end of your work. Typically, cover stitching can only be unraveled with ease from the end to the beginning, so backwards from how it was stitched. So once you get to the end of your stitching, you will use the hand crank to raise your needles to the highest position, and you can tell that it's the highest position because the feed dogs will move the fabric as the needle goes up to the highest point. And then you will want to have something that is straight and rigid that you can slide in behind your threads. I like to use either the tweezers or the little set screwdriver for the needle screws that came with the machine. And you slide that in behind the first thread guide and then the bar above the needles. And then you will go up here above the tension adjustment dials, and there's a little button that has an arrow that points to the right, and you will push both of those all the way to the right and it will release the tension on your needle threads. And then you will pull your needle threads straight out. I like to pull 2 to 3 inches. And then you can release that, let the loops go, and raise your presser foot. Then you will hold your work right behind the presser foot. I like to hold right at the stitching. I feel like that's the most secure place to do it. And you pull straight back. You don't want to pull to the side. Your thread will get caught in the mechanism underneath. So you pull straight back, and once you've gone as far back as you can, you pull off to the side, and then you can cut your needle threads on the top of your work and release those, and then hold it and again pull straight back so that you get a little bit of extra looper thread. And that will also pull your needle threads through to the back of your fabric. You cut your looper thread, and then to finish that off, you just tie a knot. I like to do a little square knot because that's easiest for me. And that finishes your work. And then you can either use a needle and tuck those into the hem to hide them, or you can just trim them off and leave a little bit of extra. You could run the extra threads underneath your stitching if you wanted. But we want to tie that because if you can catch that looper thread, then you can unravel your entire hem.